Hello, my beautiful fragrance family. Dustin here, fragrance fan. Go ahead and do me a solid and click that like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell notification. And I'm just going to keep on giving you guys these budget-friendly fragrance reviews, that 40-ish and under dollar range. Most of these are way less than that, and a good number of these you can find at your local rack stores. And I finally found one that has been eluding me for a while. You guys have been hitting me up with a lot of different milestones and stuff that, you know, with all my viewers and different stores that you guys go to, you guys be hitting me up on things like, hey, have you seen this one or this one or this one? And there's been two that I've really been keeping my eye out for because I have one that I really enjoy, and that is Vamos Leather. I love this thing. I think it's a great Tuscan leather clone, but you guys have been saying there's an Elixir and there's a Sapphire out there. I haven't seen them at all, but I finally found Vamos Saphire. I have no clue what this thing is cloning. The bottle obviously gives no indication except for the fact that it's blue, and I don't even know if that's accurate. Atomizer lid, the cap clicks nicely into place. It's nice and heavy. The bottle is nice and heavy, feels really good in the hand. Just a solid presentation the way that these things look and feel. Atomizer itself is a nice atomizer, which was not disappointing from my friends at Camara. It was $14.99 at my somewhat local Burlington Eau de Parfum concentration. So this fragrance kind of confused me a little bit because the way that it opened up was with a real nice tart grapefruit pop with like some pink pepper. I'm just going by what I've smelled because there's no notes listed on this and I don't know what it's cloning. It smells strangely familiar, but I cannot put my finger on it exactly. So like I said, it's a fresh grapefruit, pink pepper, and some other kind of random spiciness kind of a fragrance. There's a little bit of green in there, and it almost seems like there's an airy aquatic accord. When it starts getting into the more dry down, like 20 or 30 minutes into this, the spice starts to kick up a little bit. The citrus is still there, but the woodiness and the muskiness starts coming out. It starts taking on a musky, woody tone, a little bit of almost like a hint of amber, and perhaps a vague, just light touch of like incense. Not enough to like really smell it, but just to add like another layer to this thing. It seems like it changed. This is one of those ones that it seems like it changes a lot from like the opening to the mid to the dry down, but all three of them are very enjoyable to smell. Overall, this isn't going to be the best for the high heat, but I think this thing is really versatile because it works in the warm temperatures. I wore it and it was quite hot outside and it wasn't super offensive or anything like that. Whereas like this one, this sweet raspberry leather balm, is gonna be very polarizing when you start sweating. Whereas the Sapphire is not so bad at all for that. I think this thing is a great daytime fragrance. Work pretty good in the evening. It's got a hint of class to it, but overall, I think it's just a versatile fragrance. I think it works in almost every occasion. I wouldn't say this is a date night fragrance so much because it's not that playful. It's just real easy, but it smells great. It really smells good. I haven't worn it too many times, but I think I'm fairly accurate when I say that the performance isn't like all that great. Like this one on me lasts like 8 or 9 hours. This one is doing, it's about 5 or so. It's an average performing fragrance. For the first hour and a half or so, I get decent projection, and then it's a nice scent bubble for the next 3 or 4 hours. So it's a good like average performing fragrance, and for $14.99 and it smells this good and it still performs okay, it's definitely worth looking at, especially if you are into something that is somewhat spicy. It's like crispy, spicy, musky wood. And yeah, there's like some kind of like tart berry, like an unripe raspberry or cranberry or something in this on top of the grapefruit and the pink pepper that I'm smelling in this. I feel like it's pink pepper. I could be completely wrong. And there's just, man, it's such a slight amount of like an incense accord. Not so much in the opening, but more in the dry down. So I think youth or mature could enjoy this thing because it's quite easy. And overall, my rating on it, I'll give it a 6.5 because it's, you know, average performance. But the smell is great. The opening, the mid, and the dry down are all good. I do like the opening and the mid a little bit better than the extreme dry down. but the extreme dry down is still nice. It's still pleasant, very wearable, very enjoyable, and I could see the sparkle nature of this thing, like the little bit of a peppery nuance that this thing gives, you know, garnishing a little bit of a positive attention. Also fairly safe for the office, so yeah, that's what you can expect in this. Seems like it's going to be real fresh at first, and it comes down into the dry down being a little bit more of a cooler weather fragrance because it's heavier on the woods and the musk, but still overall very inoffensive fragrance that smells good, definitely worth looking at. And maybe later on when it macerates, it might do even better. So I'll probably feature this in later on videos, but for now, that's my final thoughts on Camara's Vamos Saphire. With that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Take care of yourself always, and until next time.